My name is Simone, and this is my journey through the northern mountains of Spain. I flew out from London and headed over to Spain. When I got there, met up with the team and started packing up all the necessary things that we needed for our journey. We decided to go in winter to increase the difficulty of our challenge.
We're here at the petrol station having a quick stop. We're on our way to pick up our next teammate at the airport. I'm here with Cesar, Pablo, Juan Carlos, Javi, Andrea and Soraya. We'll be picking up our teammate and heading our way to the mountains. Hopefully we have a good journey there, and then our next stop will be at La Ruta del Cadres.
Mira,
La Senda de Arroyo. So thanks to them guys, they gave us the t-shirts, they gave us the hats, and now I think we're ready to go, right Andrea?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, let's go then.
Let's go. When we got to Camarmeña, we headed up the mountain to El Mirador de Camarmeña to be able to get a better view of the mountains and plan out where we'll be going for the next few days. As we started to go up the mountain, we came across some beehives and then took a route that has been used for hundreds of years. As we headed up the mountain, we encountered many surprises, like little animals and even some dead animals.
A lot of loose rocks, and that can cause, like for example this one, that can cause someone to slip and drop, and it is very dangerous constantly, so you have to constantly walk looking where you're stepping. We're here, halfway through, as you can see. We're following the signs.
But I will not get down, for you can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how to fight them.
We're here, we've arrived at El Mirador de Camarmeña. Here behind you can appreciate El Pico de Bunde over there, one of Picos de Europa's most important mountains. We've decided to come here because it's where we can get the best view to plan out our journey for tomorrow. It's been a hard climb all the way here, but we've made it, and now it's just time to enjoy the view and take our time planning. And tomorrow we'll start our expedition.
After a long day's journey, we headed back down the mountain the way we came, heading back to the van to plan out our journey for the next day and get an early night to start our expedition with fresh minds.
We've just finished having dinner, and now Juan Carlos is about to show us the route that we're going to take tomorrow, and we'll be heading for the next few days.
Y hemos venido en coche por aquí, por aquí, por aquí, por aquí, por aquí, hasta aquí. Hemos subido, hemos bajado, y la previsión para mañana es venir por aquí, por todo el trazo del río, que es la ruta del Cadres. No veo dónde está Caín. ¿Dónde está Caín?
Sigue.
Ajá. Y hemos venido, bueno, vamos a venir por aquí. Aquí salimos del desfiladero y venimos por aquí. Aquí nos cruzamos y aquí seguimos caminos alternativos.
We carried on discussing the plan for the next day and then headed out to get all our equipment ready.
¿Vosotros qué? ¿No hacéis nada?
Hombre, siempre hay que mirar. Esto es España. Hay que currar uno, de momento hay uno de más trabajando. Tiene que haber uno currando y tres mirando. Se ve que tienen frío y para coger calor.
¿Esos que son grandes o pequeños?
Juan Carlos and the others set up the tent that some of us had to sleep in because there was not enough room in the van.
Chapulín.
Chapulín.
Chapulín Green. Chapu Green.
We got an early night's rest because we had to get up nice and early tomorrow to start our expedition.
Fría. Caliente. Mucho café. Hazlo caliente y mucho café.
We got up really early and had a really big breakfast to get us ready for the day ahead. We packed our things and headed out to the mountain.
We're here at the beginning of La Ruta del Cáceres. This is a really touristic place during the summer, but during the winter it's a very dangerous place. It was predicted to be really bad weather, but for now we are really lucky because we're getting really good weather. Hopefully it carries on this way. As you can see, we're here in mid Ruta del Cáceres. You can appreciate the beautiful views, and we're surrounded by 50-60 meter cliffs, so any small mistake can be deadly. It is beautiful, but you can also see the risk. If we are to slip through one of these pathways, we'll end up 100 meters to 60 meters drop. And as you can see, there's no railings, no nothing, so we have to be really careful as we walk across these dangerous mountains. We're here in La Ruta del Cáceres, and we've just came across this man-made river. It is so the water doesn't overflow the route, and obviously it causes this falling of rocks. We're gonna go explore those abandoned houses over there. That's of the builders that built this a few hundred years ago. One of the abandoned houses. This is where they probably kept their cattle, like cows, sheep and other things, because they couldn't constantly be going back to the city when they had to build this wall. So this is where they kept their food mostly. There's still some remains of like boxes, ropes, and you can see the fences where the animals would be kept. So this is probably where, yeah, the food was kept, and up there the other house is probably where they lived. Here we're nearly halfway through La Ruta del Cáceres, and if you see in the distance you can still see the ruta, so we're still going to have to go all the way there and then through those mountains. So we still got quite a distance. Now we're going to have to go up the mountain all the way there, and then from there we're going to start descending into the canyon. See, these cuts in the rocks and those holes have not been made naturally. They were made when these rocks were cut, because this rock was literally all the way to here, so there was no way to come through. They had to cut. They would put sticks of dynamite in there, blow the rock out, and then that's where this is what they would use. So it would be a big stick that would cut through the rock and stick the dynamite in there to blow out the rock. Whole canyon and this road that you can see was man-made. So even the floor that we're stepping on now was actually had to be flattened out, because it was actually all vertical, and they had to cut into the mountain and actually flatten it down so that they could cross the mountain. We're here on the north face of the mountain, and now we're gonna head over to the south side of the mountain. It is very obvious that it's the south because the sun is shining nice and bright for us today. So yeah, we're finally at the halfway point and heading into the south part of the mountain.
It'd been a long day, but as we got close to the end of La Ruta del Cáceres, we were rewarded with some amazing views. We stopped at a sign to explain what certain fruits in the area are and their effects are. For example, there's a plant in Spain called el tapaculos that if you do eat it, it can really have bad diarrhea effects and stop you from going toilet. But also in cases of emergency, you can eat it if you are about to starve.
Near the end of La Ruta del Cáceres, and here we have one of humans' efforts to beat Mother Nature. As you can see, they've made a passageway through the mountains, and you got tunnels constantly going literally through the rock, and you can admire this beautiful view. Finished the famous Ruta del Cares that gets its name from El Rio Cares. And we've had beautiful weather. We haven't had any real difficulty yet. We've been very, 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 very lucky, and we've had some great views. Hopefully the rest of the expedition carries on the same way.
We headed through the mountains and the dark forest at night trying to find a place to camp out. We weren't finding anything till we found a nice little spot across the river that was perfect to set up camp.
A ver, ¿quién anda por ahí?
No, ahí va la hostia.
¿Qué pasa?
Hay un tío ahí. Pero bueno, los guardabosques.
Pero bueno, ¿qué hacen ustedes aquí?
Hola, buenas noches.
Hola, buenas noches. Pensábamos dormir aquí. ¿Estaban dormir aquí? Es buen sitio, ¿no? ¿Que no estorbamos? Pues no, no estorba.
We got an amazing surprise. A man that lived in the area came out of his hut and offered us to stay there. It was unbelievable. We couldn't believe our luck.
¿Cómo se llama usted?
Yo, Miguel.
Miguel, encantado.
Encantado. Igualmente.
This is luck on another level, where we've been invited in by this really kind man to spend the night in this really nice hut, so we don't have to spend the night outside in the cold and in danger of getting eaten by any animals. So we're now just going to spend time, relax, sit by the fire and have a great night. We've just woken up nice and early. We were so lucky last night to find this beautiful house, and we're just breaking up wood for tonight, and then we're gonna head up and try find Las Minas de Rábica.
Before heading out to find Minas de Rábica, we took one long look at the map to make sure we were heading in the right way and to plan out our route safely and to get there as quick as possible.
Chao.
As we headed up the mountain, we came across a closed forest, so we decided to try avoid it and go around it, leaving the conventional routes, and started to actually walk on the unknown in places that do not come up on the map. We were making our own way, trying to guide ourselves towards Minas de Rábica.
¡Gorro! Ya para llegar hasta aquí, me cago en 10.
Vámonos.
La otra manera era
Tira,
así.
Gracias.
¡Vamos ahí, esa cabra!
Ahí, todos miran la cámara. ¡Eh!
Luckily, our lead expeditioner, Juan Carlos, had a really good sense of direction and was able to guide us through the mountains even without a compass and take us towards Minas de Rábica.
¿Cuál? ¿El primero o el segundo?
Tira hacia el primero y subimos por la cara de allá hacia el segundo. Sube por ahí, sube.
Sí está.
We were climbing up the mountain when lead expeditioner told us to take a break and sit down next to some rocks, and we came across an amazing surprise.
We've just discovered an interesting hole. There might be a cave. We still don't know what it is. We might have to change our plans.
¿Te traes material? Si merece la pena, vamos a por
¿Pero cómo te
material.
estás metiendo si no sabes lo que hay?
Hay una rampa.
Ah, pues mira, ya lo sabes.
Said there's a big ramp, and we actually do need equipment to actually explore this place properly. So we've just entered the cave, and we've realized that it's too dangerous to carry on, and we need serious equipment to actually descend and explore this cave further. So we've decided that we're going to carry on and head to Las Minas de Rábica and come back tomorrow with proper equipment to explore it properly, because now we do not have the equipment with us.
Juan Carlos is explaining that the area we're in is full of holes and very dangerous. The mountains are very hollow in the inside, and the cave we just discovered can be massive.
This here is another wild boar track, it is very obvious. They dig up the ground to try find things like this to eat. This is garlic, wild garlic, and as you can see, bring the camera closer. There's right here, you can see where the wild boar stepped. Hey, we're actually in the heart of Picos Europa. This is literally the middle of the mountain range. As you've just seen, we're surrounded completely by mountains, and this is spot on the middle. It's called El Corazón de Picos Europa.
As we headed up the canyon, it got more and more dangerous. We found corpses of animals and they were surrounded by vultures. This made us realize that where we were was very dangerous and we had to be very cautious. As we continued up and up the cliff, it just got more and more dangerous. At some points we thought we couldn't carry on, but we carried on until, boom, we hit the wall and it was just impossible to carry on. This was the moment we realized we were gonna have to turn back and not be able to carry on, and reached Las Minas de Rábica.
Back to the shelter because we were unable to find Las Minas de Rábica due to that wood that we found on our way that didn't let us pass. Now we're heading down this canyon that should take us all the way back to the shelter where we stayed, and we got all the equipment for then tomorrow go explore the cave. Graba. Aquí sí se puede bajar por aquí. We can't carry on the route this way because we can't climb down the path because the rocks are too dangerous. So we're gonna try find an alternative route this way. We've decided to take this route instead because it leads off the canyon and we don't know if we're going to encounter more wolves like the ones we've encountered before. So we're going to now take this route and hopefully it takes us back to the shelter.
Unfortunately, day 3 didn't go as planned. However, we did find this amazing cave, and tomorrow we'll be heading out to explore it and hopefully discover something amazing. Because we didn't know how deep the cave was, we had to prepare in advance, so we needed really long ropes and a lot of equipment before heading out to explore it.
As you can see, we're heading back towards the cave. Hopefully we'll find it again and we'll explore it. We're trying to track back through where we went yesterday, and hopefully it leads us straight back to the cave. We're nearly at the cave, just a bit more to go. We are tired, it is our 4th day. It's really tiring. One of our colleagues had to go home because he just couldn't handle the weather. And yeah, so hopefully we should be getting to the cave soon. It's just a bit more to go.
Luckily, we found the cave again. We sat down and started setting up all the safety measures needed and putting on our protective gear.
Dale otra. Mira cómo crece.
De repente esto va demasiado rápido, tú paras. Que si te toca insultar, te insulto. Pero tú sujetas.
Vale.
Por mucho que tire, puedes conmigo, porque a poco que hagas. Vale.
Juan Carlos has just descended into the cave. He's the first one to go down. He will now check the perimeter, see if everything's safe, and then he'll send up the rope, and then I'll go into the cave and join him. And from there we'll start exploring the insides of this cave. I'm about to enter the cave and descend into the unknown. Hopefully I come back out alive.
Cuidado con la luz, cuidado con todo. See you in the other side. Venga, llévate la linterna, que se te ha caído.
Las dos linternas.
Vale, ¿puedo ponerme ya? La GoPro. No, la otra déjamela aquí a mí.
We entered the cave. Juan Carlos, lead expeditioner, decided to head in first. We then shortly followed after and started descending into the unknown.
¿Todo bien?
Sí, sí.
No te hace falta mano.
¿Todas las cuerdas?
Vale, tú tienes que bajar también.
Me tengo que esperar al equipo.
Las dos no estoy. ¿Quién tiene ahí 8?
¿Tú tienes tu 8?
¿Tienes? Sí, sí. Ya está ahí, ¿no?
A ver, Pablo.
Dame un poquito de verde.
Manos son nuestras, todo eso es nuestro. Entonces pienso que, bueno, lo difícil luego va a ser la conexión. Vale, es bastante vertical, bastante sucio. Parece que no hay agua todavía. Hay una cornisa aquí, pero no es segura. Voy a seguir bajando. No sé si me oís. Bueno, se ha acabado la vertical, pero sigo bajando más por rampa. Hasta que encuentre un plano, si le hay. Otra vez vertical. Sigo. ¿Me oís aún? Todavía nada, estoy mirando. Más cuerda azul. ¿Me oís? ¿Se me oye? ¿Se me oye? Voy a dejarlo. Suelto la cuerda azul, recuperarla. Hacer así para que suba fácil. Muy interesante, pero es muy peligroso. Hay otra entrada ahí. También parece limpia, pero el derrumbe está aquí. No queremos pasar por debajo del derrumbe. Sí, este es un hueso de mamífero grande.
We've also found bones.
Big bones of big animals. We don't know of what animal. It could be of any animal.
Es una zona bastante viva.
As I started to go back up the cave, it seemed impossible. The walls were full of mud, I kept slipping, and it just seemed like I was never gonna get up. I encountered so many difficulties, but gradually and slowly, I got to the top again.
¿Qué? Ya estoy casi arriba.
Our struggle wasn't over yet. We'd made it out of the first floor, but now we had to make it up to the second floor. The cave was divided in two deep holes. Pablo's gonna start going back up.
Arriba de barro. Un barro que no ha tocado nadie antes.
Ese barro de ahí. Tócale para que se caiga, Pablo. Due to the amount of mud on the rocks, it was nearly impossible to get a firm grip. We constantly slipped and slipped all the time. It was so hard to get out.
We've made it out in one piece. Hostia. We made it. And as you can see, the cave was really dirty, really dangerous, so we had to come out really quickly, but we made it out in one piece.
De derrumbe. Es una grieta enorme y donde nos hemos podido parar era en el mismo derrumbe. Y entonces pues nos ha parecido momento de parar. Estaba cegado. Hace años esto habrá continuado más profundo, pero ahora no. Con el tiempo quedará cegado del todo. Esto, por favor.
Because we've been in this cave and we don't think anyone else has been in it, because there's no human trace that anyone else has been in that cave, we're going to name this cave La Cueva del Tigre, the Tiger Cave. It's been a general vote of our group and we think that's the best name to give this beautiful cave.
Audio Jungle.
Un segundín.
Podéis pasar por ahí o lo que sea,
Pasar decimos asa, en vez de iso. Somos así.
Pues asa.
Somos así y decimos asa.
We've made it back from the cave. We're all here, happily, luckily. We're having a great barbecue. We're gonna enjoy a great dinner next to the fire. Unfortunately, we couldn't find Las Minas de Rábica, but thanks to Miguel, this great man, we can have a nice warm night next to this warm fire with this great food. And we're just gonna enjoy this beautiful night in this beautiful hut. We're here with leader expedition of Juan Carlos, about to do a typical ritual of the area called Caimada. It's to thank the spirits and the gods that have helped us survive through the mountains and get through our expedition. On the 5th day, we left the northern mountains of Spain and headed back home. And this is the end of our amazing journey. I hope you, the audience, have enjoyed experiencing this journey with us. We discovered a cave and grew as a team. We all made it back in one piece.
You can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you